My advice to everybody here, nationalities, doesn't matter where, trust the process. Trust the process. And you have to take somebody that understand office, that understand in immigration. You cannot take a lawyer that maybe made some files. You need to take somebody that's going to be with you, following you, and be with you literally hand by hand all the way to the end.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another Visa to America interview. I'm your host, Mike Wolf, and with me today is Eitan Kitri, who obtained his E2 visa through us. Eitan, thanks for being here today, and please go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, a bit about your career in the tourism industry, and what drew you towards the idea of coming to the U.S.
Thank you for having me here. So I'm from Israel, original. And I came here many years ago to the States and tried to have a work visa, and then I back to Israel. And 2 years ago, I started the process again here in Florida, and I'm 51 years old. And I came here after I found Visa to America to let us doing the process as a substantial visa with a company that I was dreaming to have a project to have a travel agency that specializing with the cruises. That's what I'm doing for the last 30 years here in the States, and in Israel it's the same. So that was our mission to do that here. That's the main reason why we start together. And I found about Joseph Barr, not as a mutual things that we have together from the army, from the past, also as a friend, as a human being. That you understand that you need to pick up a lawyer. You understand the process that it's supposed to be somebody that not only get you the money and go away, and you will hear from him here in a while. He was on top of everything, especially him, of course, and DC office and his team, Lisa and all of them. But, it was amazing. And I can, be blessed that I was, with him to get me to the point that I am right now.
So, off topic, since you're in Florida, I hope you get free cruises.
Yeah, we have as a travel agent, actually, we have so many comp.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
and Miami is the hub of the cruises, and of course, as a port, the biggest in the world. But not only that, I mean, every ship that we have, to inspect, and this is my professionalism for 30 years. So, we make it in Europe, and we make it in Israel, the Mediterranean, and we are doing it in America.
Amazing. So, you eventually decided not to pursue the E2 visa. What led you to that decision, and how did you adjust your plans from there?
So as you mentioned, we adjusted in the middle of the way after we start. And one day, March last year, 2024, I met my wife to be. And it was like I'm in the middle of doing a process and met being my wife, the future wife. And yeah, we started, that process, and we got married. And I called Joseph and said, listen, I don't need the E2 visa, just to marriage. So that's what we did. And from there, the process was amazing. I mean, since April 2024 until July right now, it was 1 year of a journey.
So, how long after you were married did you both start discussing marriage and the possibility of obtaining your green card through marriage?
So it was natural, that she wanted me next to her, of course, because she loved me. And the minute that it was, like we married on April 2024, and July 5th, it was the first day that we came to the immigration office and make the fingerprint and all the process start. But before that, it was like 1 month that gathering all the information, the Joseph Barr visit to America office, um, get me all the information that I need, gathering the pictures, gathering everything that we need to prove that we are married, and it's not a fake, of course. And and everything's supposed to be in the immigration office, and that's what it is. And we make that on the same day. He called me after I just go out from there. It was like 9 a.m. in the morning, and say, "I have great news. They approve your fingerprint and work permit." Was 2 weeks after that.
Well,
Was amazing.
I'm going on 20 years of marriage. I think my wife would like to send me from a green card to somewhere else. She wants me to leave to a different country probably by now.
It is. It
Okay.
is. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. When you were preparing the visa application, what was it like gathering and organizing all the documents you needed for your I-130 and your I-485?
Yeah, so we gather all the I-30. It was the beginning of the process for I-30.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we filed the application for the 485, which was the second, the half of the green card, which was the final step before the green card. But the first one was, as I said before, he get me all the list of what we need to do, what we need to get, everything mutual, like house, boat, any assets that is mutual for us, and that's what he did. We gather all the pictures, we gather all the certificates that we need. We translate all of them from Hebrew, which is Israel, into English, of course, and divorce certificate and student, whatever it was. I don't remember right now all the lists.
Do you
But
remember? Do you remember the RFE, which was the request for evidence on your case? I guess the
yeah,
USCIS issued that. Tell us, for viewers who might not know, what an RFE is and exactly why were you surprised when you received it?
I didn't surprise at all because I understand the process. I had a patient. Yes, I called Joseph Barr like a couple of times to say, hey, the 4085, well, what is the estimated time that we need to be confirmed? Because they confirmed me in November, in the first I-30, and then the 485 said, don't worry, they're going to confirm you. I said, okay, where? I have a cruise, I need to go. And it was like that. And I was not surprised at all about them. American process is American process. It's by the book, and a minute, not before 1 year, which we filed on July the 4th and July the 5th, I had the green card.
Amazing.
Amazing. It was amazing process, and I was not surprised. And we get them the evidence that they want, whatever it was, all the other stuff that they needed from us, and that's it. I mean, he made for us such a easy way to understand all the process in the way. And he was making an interview with us, me and my wife. It was on Zoom. We met a week before, and he goes all the way, all the possible questions that we need to may question us, and everything prepared in advance. It was amazing process.
Well, you answered my next question was about the interview. You just answered that. That's amazing. So let me tell you, actually, this. How did you feel when you received that card with your wife, your green card? Did you celebrate? Did you call your family? How did you guys feel?
Yeah, everything together is the right question and the right answer. But let me tell you something. Joseph, I don't know if very understand the jokes, but he said, I have a good news and a bad news. So, okay, tell me the good. well, I need to go back to Israel. So he said, no, actually, you're going to stay here forever for at least, a couple of years. And the good news that they just confirm you. So I said, no,
Oh, amazing.
you're a liar. You're a liar. No, yeah. And it was like huge celebration. And it was, I thought that he's, lying to me in the beginning. He just called and he was sick on the same day. And it was such a festive celebration about that. So, yes, of course, we called the family. We was super happy about that. We celebrate, of course, because it's a huge milestone. It's not the end. It's in the middle of, because there is citizenship that we need to file. My advice to everybody here, nationalities, doesn't matter where, trust the process. Trust the process. And you have to take somebody that understand office, that understand in immigration. You cannot take a lawyer that maybe made some files. You need to take somebody that's going to be with you, following you, and be with you literally hand by hand all the way to the end. Because I heard about a lot of stories that my clients, also immigrants from Israel, they didn't pass. They didn't go all the way. That need to deport or they need to fix something. That's because the lawyer. When you go to this process, you have to put 1,000,000% your hands and your guts and your trust about somebody like Joseph Barr and his team, amazing team, in this process. It doesn't matter how much, and every penny that we pay, it's worth the effort because green card is part of the way in the milestone for your citizenship. Doesn't matter if this is an E2 or green card. From E2, you need to do green card anyway, and citizenship if you want, of course.
Well, you answered all four of my next questions at once. So I was going to ask you about your advice for future applicants. One piece of advice you would give, which you answered. So you must have my answers in front of you, I guess, or my questions in front of you. And do you have any final words of encouragement for viewers who are thinking about applying for a permanent resident in the U.S.?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, as I said in the beginning, when you go on a E2 or as a marriage, you need to take somebody that specializing for immigration and understand the process and be there for you. And marriage, it's not a game. I mean, you need to understand that all documents that they need, immigration office, you need to supply them. So that if you are preparing in advance and if you have everything and your case is stabilized for and hard and very solid, it's very easy to get everything. If you have holes in the cheese and it's not complete, so you need to come back and forth and come back, like that. So my best advice, be prepared for everything what you ask about from Joseph Barr and his team, and do that and everything, and trust him, trust the process, and everything is going to be amazing. Like me,
Awesome,
one year,
Ethan.
1 year, and I received the green card.
Awesome. And finally, we have a tradition we do here on our interviews. We ask our guests to speak in their native language.
Okay, so I'm going to speak in my native language, okay?
Okay.
שלום לכולם, שמי איתן, אני מישראל. אם אתם באמת רוצים מישהו שיעזור לכם וידאג לכם בכל מה שנוגע לכניסה לארצות הברית בדרך חוקית, דרך E2 של עבודה או דרך כמוני נישואים, ויזה טו אמריקה, ג'וסף בר הם האנשים היחידים שיקחו אותך יד ביד וילוו אותך לאורך כל הדרך עד לקבלת המסמכים, הגרין קארד, כל מה שצריך, הוויזת עבודה, הגרין קארד בדרך והאזרחות בסוף. אני מקווה שתוכלו לראות את הסרטון הזה. אם אתם צריכים עוד המלצות, תמצאו אותי לפי השם, אני אשמח לעזור לכם. וויזה טו אמריקה, ג'וסף בר, הוא האיש הנכון, במקום הנכון, העורך דין, מבחינתי, מספר אחד, לא רק בלוס אנג'לס, שם הוא נמצא, כי יש לו הרבה בכל העולם, אבל פה בארצות הברית בטוח ובטוח, עם מחירים הכי טובים, ואני כבר הפניתי אליו מלא אנשים, ככה שהוא בן אדם סופר אמין, וכיף היה לעבוד איתו.
Awesome. Ethan, thank you so much for being here. We wish you all the best with your cruise business. And I'll be waiting for my free cruise in the mail.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.